Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Unscripted Men. Well, today on Unscripted Men, we're going to be having very interesting conversations. And my name is Kwaku David. This is Unscripted TV. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. Now, today, like I said, very interesting conversation, mental health. This is an issue that men would typically rather not even talk about. But why? Today we're going to look into this issue. Now, my brothers are seated here. I have Mystic Mike, I have Delari, I have Wong. Now, let's get into the conversation right away. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Good to have you again. Now, mental health is this almost like an untouchable topic when it comes to men. It's like, even in our local parlance, we have phrases like, it's like, they say what, if there's a gun, a bullet that has been fired, it is a man's chest that is used to collect bullets. I'll do that translation. So let's get into why is it that society has created this sort of situation for us as men that it's difficult. They say, "Ben man should not cry," which, if you extend it, basically is saying that a man should not show his vulnerable side. Basically what it's saying.
But I would reckon, or I would differ, that it isn't that a man should not show his vulnerable side. I think when the elders made that declaration that Ben mentioned, it was in response to attributes of certain boys as weaklings. See, they expected you to have a modicum of strength and of resilience. And so if that threshold was not met, even from infancy as a male, then that was where the family members started having problems.
But doesn't it create toxicity? Because then what it basically means is that it's like you're trying to say that if every man can't kill a lion, or it's like if you're a man and you cannot kill a lion, then you're not a man.
In a democracy, you can afford that luxury. But remember when the society started forming, they were dealing with the wild. And they needed people who could tame the wild to make it livable for the family.
Yeah, but granted, I understand that. But you see, even amongst men, there are stronger men than
Others. Exactly.
But all men are men. So at the end of the day,
but you should not be left behind. If you are going, you don't be left behind. Kweku will be stronger than Kofi. Kofi will be stronger than Akweku. But then if we are to move, we should move. There should not be a weakling which will endanger the group. That's
you're looking at the war situation. We're not talking about living normal life.
Exactly.
The thing is this. My good friend here once said, you don't postpone the word. So, I think that it's high time women express. We go through a lot, emotionally, physically, psychologically, and society has it that because we are men, we have to be able to absorb,
stomach everything.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all.
The
You go to work, you're stressed at work. You come home, you're stressed at home. I mean, home is always supposed to be what? The safe zone.
Charlie, they read the budget, you are stressed.
Yeah.
See the film, you are stressed.
I mean, this morning, just about leaving home, I get to the filling station and the attendant says, "Can I have to phone?" I say, "You have to phone." I said, "There are two. This is 6990. Let me see. Wait. Now look at that. Am I supposed to cry? Am I supposed to get angry? Am I supposed to just go like
you are supposed to top up and pay. You are supposed
just
to top up and pay.
from where?
What a
then
friend.
within me I'm angry.
From where?
Then on the way, or just before I even leave or then maybe I get a call from home that there's this problem in the home. Like, So most of us men don't cry in the public space for everybody to see. In their car, just before they move, they'll sit down and shed their tears in their car.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying, that there's an avenue to always express. There's a channel to express. But if you go to your bed and you cry, you are expressing that melancholic mood that you are feeling. If you go to the bosom of your wife and put your head on and cry for whatever pressure you are feeling, that is an outlet. We should not present or make the case as if in an African society there's no
question is how many
outlets.
How many men do that? Because it's contributing to the whole.
For instance,
You are not in their
cry in front of
bedrooms.
your wife.
No,
Do you know how difficult it is to cry in front of your wife?
no, but
You said full disclosure. You said earlier on full disclosure.
Yes.
So
I said no, it doesn't make it easy. Listen, I use the word different. It doesn't make it easy. I use the word different. It's not easy. No,
because
your wife looks up to you.
she's supposed to be your ally.
Funny enough, I think she will understand you. Right? But you see, your ego within you.
So cry in the bathroom.
Would
Cry in the bathroom.
but
Go alone and shed it all out.
me, I think I have resolved that. No, if the pain is there, I'll postpone it. I'll cry.
Right in the sitting room. Right in the sitting room.
Kids
With the kids around.
wife around, anybody around, if I'll cry, I'll cry.
I think it's actually very healthy
Okay.
that you cry when
And
you
let it go.
What we forget is that men are human beings.
Yes.
It's red blood that runs through us. And we are bearing the brunt of a very harsh society at the moment. Things are very inexpensive. Most men are facing it. People have to do double jobs. People are even engaging in corrupt activities. It's really just towards being able to provide for the family. You understand? So it's a very tough time now. And it's about time we created an avenue for the man to release some sort of stress.
It's something about trying for people to come to terms with the fact that men go through stress.
So we go through
When a man cries, it doesn't make him weak. It just gives him the opportunity to bring out how he feels and let it go right there and then. But as soon as the man starts crying, oh, I think it's getting me down.
and you're sensitive. And
And you're sensitive.
I'm a human being.
I think that doesn't go through our
What should
veins.
a man be if not sensitive?
Even plants are sensitive.
Yeah, you know, I mean, what should if you're not a human being, then maybe you don't have sensitivity. But once you're a human being,
Men are seen to be, like you said, Goliaths of the sort who shouldn't go through any pain. And if you look at the Bible, the strong men of the Bible, they all went through some sort of pain, and they had to vent out their pain through either tears.
you can see that they didn't
But
necessarily
our
have
society
things.
has made it look
But
like
I think
you have to be a warrior at all times.
I was talking to a psychiatrist, and he was talking about the fact that we literally have a pandemic, a mental health pandemic on our hands, And just because, of course, the COVID pandemic has also come to sort of increase the pressure within the system, loss of jobs, loss of pay, even if you have your job, you still have to take pay cards, all those kinds of things. So all of this has multiplied effects, the level of mental stress.
We've always had a problem with mental health in this country. The Accra Psychiatric Hospital was put up to cater for the colonial agents in charge of the country way back. So if you were to look at the population, and then there are very few administrators and their families for whom the psychiatric hospital was built, and then we took over upon independence, and it's become our national mental health facility. And the increased populations we've had through the years, there has not been any better expansion. I did my diploma program using the Accra Psychiatric, and when I went, it's virtually private organizations who are coming to the aid of the hospital. And it's not only the Accra Psychiatric, Ankafo is in trouble, all the other ones, the few regional ones we have are all in trouble. They are constantly seeking support for the citizenry. And one thing I found very interesting It's a report I come across that about among 10 Ghanaians, about 3 were mentally challenged. You know, and even before this COVID and whatever, on a normal day, you still would have people who would have an imbalance with their brain function. Even among the mighty, among European royalty, a lot of them had mental cases, partly because of inbreeding on their part. But even in Africa, on a normal day, you know, it's a very tiny balance between sanity and crossing over.
Yeah.
You know, we have the case of the, how do you call it, broken hearts. Women, you know, the switch flipping because of a very bad marriage experience, relationship experience. Same for the men. Someone has looked after someone through tertiary school, and then the person will finish school and come and say, Charlie, feeling's not there anymore, bro. It's not there.
No, but see, for me, what I'm wondering about is why do we have this situation where it's like we don't discuss
It's taboo. But what's taboo?
What would you start?
You see, look. Now you go and say that it's hard.
Yeah.
The next question you get is, who is not feeling the pinch? Are you the only one feeling the pinch? You're not feeling the pinch, so why do you complain? You're a man. Brace yourself. Raise the ball. Put your horn. You see, you are not allowed to vent, to complain. You are not allowed to express. You are not allowed to. So, at the end of the day, you know who bears the brunt of mental issues? Our families and our spouses.
Yeah.
Because you can't express yourself anywhere. So you get home and your child does something and it's
The least
you just grab and or your wife says something and then you just scream at her. I've done that before and I said, so I have a rule that my anger doesn't, or no, we don't quarrel after 12 midnight. So I just when we went to bed, I was like, sorry for everything was good. But some men can't even bring themselves to say sorry. So you can just imagine.
And that's what I want us to address. Because there's this thing about, it's like a stigma that we don't talk about. The stigma is linked. You see, it's not. So, first of all, there's this challenge with our ego that if you say sorry, it's like you are a lesser man. Now that links then to the issue of bottling things up, either bottling up things that are getting to you, or bottling up. You've piled up unforgiveness, you've piled up anger, you've done things wrong to people. Instead of apologizing, you've also bottled all
that actually, shows that the mental situation is of a different level. Because the very fact that you identify what you have done and are able to say, I'm sorry for my actions, shows that okay, you are slightly mentally balanced. You've been able to identify you've been able to identify your actions and have come to terms with it and have expressed remorse. But there's some, like you said, some men, you apologize and they feel that if I apologize, I'm weak, so I don't have to apologize. I'm feeling pain. If I express my pain, I am weak, so I don't have to express my pain.
You mentioned stigma. That one of the headaches of the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, and indeed the other hospitals, is that when someone is rehabilitated, the family refuses to come for them. Even if you've been treated, you put you on the program. Now, you are walking now, you like I think almost, I was see where then, they wait where they've done a test, okay, David is now family, come for your royal.
That's it. But then psychiatry. So
that is the family will not come. And then the family will also tell you they become a walking stock in their society.
Yeah, so I think that the difficulty we've had is that we know about physical illness, right? But we do not understand the terrain of mental illness. Understanding that as varied as physical illnesses come, not every headache is cancer. Not every back pain is, AIDS. And so
There are different things.
There are different things and there are different intensities.
That domestic talk of family.
Yeah.
I mean, number one thing is this breakdown of the extended family system. You know, back in the days, you had support. Okay. Your uncle who throwing something, this is a young couple, they've been married for some time, you want to help them up. You know, so the family pitch money together,
Grandma,
support you. But now,
There's no help.
there's no help.
The
You
two of you,
talk it out. It's like once you marry and go to your husband, go to your wife.
you are even depending on them.
The current generation of married people themselves, they've taken it upon themselves to be by themselves, to be more independent of external family. A man, if you're still going to external family, you'll be seen as a mama's boy and his boy.
Is there anything wrong with that?
It's not wrong with that, but that is the mentality.
See, if I keep on going to my parents' house,
Hey,
And I go and eat my mom's food.
why did you marry me? If you always be going to your mother's house, why did you marry me?
Yeah, I love that.
This banking sector issue that happened.
Yes.
Led to a lot of
Yes.
and you see, we've forgotten one thing. We always think it that those are the psychiatrists, those who go real wired out, are the only mad people in the system.
So many
But there
are
are people who are wearing suit and tie, getting up 7, doing the 8 to 9 thing, or 8 to 5 thing, and they're even more crazier than those in the psychiatric hospital.
So I think that what it is that we probably need more education on and awareness and
We
advocacy.
need more shrinks.
More shrinks.
We need more shrinks in the
Well,
system.
we definitely need more shrinks. We definitely need to train more people.
Yes, we
If
need more shrinks in the
to
system.
be the
And also
system.
need to get
Every
We need to have
institution,
conversations.
every institution
Open.
should have an in-house psychologist.
I mean, that one you are now talking about 20 years, 30 years time.
No,
you don't even have enough.
It
Yeah,
is
no.
rocket science.
No, I agree
It
with you.
should be.
I agree with you, but you see, if we don't have medical personnel that are enough for the population of Ghana, because we are still very much underpopulated as far as doctors are concerned. And that's an area we understand and
Even the
appreciate
general
as a
health,
society.
health, yeah.
You see, so how much about mental health where we mystify it, it's like a spiritual thing, it's like something that it's not, because once it's not tangible, it's not physical, it's like we don't want to engage it as something.
But what is doable? What is doable is to have spaces of tranquility. That is doable because even at the psychiatric hospital, it's too concretized. For a place of rejuvenation, mental clinical is totally concretized because there should be greenery, there should be birds flying at the so that the person on the birds chirping, that air blowing in from but you go there, just a heater, shower from, and easy. And I think
We should
the states upon all the taxes we are paying, there should be tranquil centers in the city. So that to be actually care not really nature, come to contact with water, flowing water. That has a calming effect on you. Like a waterfall, mimicking waterfall. So
I mean, for me, it just calls into a question. It's a whole ecosystem. Because you can deal with the facilities themselves and say, Accra Psychiatric Center, first of all, it needs to be expanded. We need to have gardens in there. We need to have, spaces, like you said, spaces of tranquility. Then the city of Accra needs parks.
Do you know how much
We
money
need
traffic
gardens.
every week?
We were speaking about training of
The doctors, the psychiatrists.
the mental health
Personnel.
Is this mentality that is mental?
It's like it won't come.
That must be taken away so that people will be encouraged to enter.
like I said, our institutions need psychologists in them. Look, if you are in the sales department of a company and there is no psychologist there, you will not understand why one person is not performing. But you end up being sacked at the end of the day. Nobody tries to find out what is going on
And as
with
soon
this
as that
person.
person is sacked, it's multiplying the
Multiplying
stress
the mental stress.
within somebody, another part of the society.
So you can just imagine, probably it is something, it's not even work related, it's unrelated. If there were a psychologist within an institution to speak to such a person as to why he is not performing, they will get to know, and if they can find ways of mitigating the problem, it's done. But in Ghana here, like you said, we don't take mental
I
health.
think the society also needs to understand that men also go through issues. You know, someone wants to postpartum depression.
Yes, yes.
Men have that too.
We get that.
It's such a change for men.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden, you guys are 2, now you're 3, you know, and all that. You have to
All of a sudden you were one, now you are even two, when you get married. You don't answer
and all that, and the stress, the financial stuff. So, you know, society should be welcoming when a man wants to open up and talk. When a man wants to cry, you should welcome him. You should understand that men cry too.
You should call him weak.
Yeah.
Just for crying.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, gentlemen. So we shouldn't call him weak when a man starts crying. We should be open to conversations when men are expressing their difficulties and challenges and so on. The things that they're going through. Don't go anywhere. Unscripted men. Be right back. All right, welcome back. Now we're going to the next segment, Unscripted Men Answer. Now, questions coming from today. Bravo has sent us questions, and we want to find out from my brothers here what they make of these questions. Now, let me start with Mr.
All right.
So Bravo is asking, what keeps men?
What keeps them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it varies. I would say what will keep one man will not necessarily keep another.
Okay.
So you should know your man and then listen to him. If he's not neat, he's going to tell you the things he wants and the things he dislikes. So just listen, pay attention. And for me, I want a woman who is reasonable. You know, be a reasonable human. You know, you being a woman, but a human being who is reasonable, because I can only reason with a reasonable person. And so be reasonable, prove yourself to be dependable. It doesn't hurt when you are sexy. It doesn't hurt when you are easy on the eye. And if he finds value in you, you will have a place in his life.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Let me go to the other. No, this one is for you. Why? She's asking, why do men find it so difficult to forgive? First of all, do they find it difficult, and then why?
Well, forgive me, yes. Forget me, like women. But I'm yet to meet a man who doesn't forgive. Only the narcissists who don't forgive. So then once you step on that loose. But men easily forgive.
Really?
Because at the end of the day,
Let me pause. I think her question is in relation to when a woman cheats on a man.
oh, okay.
When a woman cheats.
When a woman cheats
Can you easily forgive?
Oh yes. You see,
So let's do it properly so that it comes in. Okay, so let me ask the question again. Okay. So Birango's question for you, Delali, is why do men find it difficult to forgive when their woman cheats on them?
actually, it's not about forgiveness.
It's about what?
It's about that mental torture you get.
They don't give up.
No, I said it's not about forgiveness.
Yeah.
I say it. I've said it and I'll say it anyway. Me, the right guy is sitting here. my woman cheating on me is not enough to make me leave her.
Okay.
I won't forget her actions
That's the
because it is going to cause me mental trauma,
okay.
physically, emotionally,
Yeah.
and down there.
Yeah.
I'll get, the mere thought of another man.
You know my strategy for dealing with that. Up your game.
How can you up your game when your mind is going? Somebody was actually doing this to your woman. You don't know whether you were doing and the worst case scenario is how was your woman responding?
Oh man.
Was she screaming?
Oh man. Oh no.
Was she moaning?
No.
Sounds she has never made for you.
Was she calling him Zazie?
No.
And whilst you, maybe she's lying down,
Yeah.
Zuma, whilst you are doing or something. Eh?
Hurry up and follow.
Hurry up and follow. Was she responsive to the man's trust? Those are the mental things. So that is why we'll talk about it.
So we can forgive, but the
forgive,
picture
but
that's painted in our mind
pictures
is
that the video that plays in our mind never goes on pause.
And then you resent her.
okay.
You don't resent her,
So
but
long the next question is a man can have a woman who will do everything for her. Right? This is Bravo's question. But he will still cheat. Why?
Also, there are a lot of different factors. That would make a man look elsewhere. Well, number one would be those who are naturally just cheats,
Okay.
regardless of whatever you do for them. Whether you behave like Jesus Christ, you give your life as an atonement for their sins. I mean, this is what he is.
Yeah.
Understand? So there's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah.
Then there are those people who maybe they found themselves in certain circumstances where they couldn't resist the harm and entrapment and so it's there's no one standard answer to it. But then again, coming back to the question in particular, maybe what the woman, everything the woman is doing is not what I need, it's what I want.
they feel
Wow.
sometimes they feel they're doing everything for you.
They are doing the most.
So
You come,
the
you're
fact
coming to my
that-
house, you're doing
So
I
the
don't
fact
know.
that she's saying that she's doing like everything.
In her mind.
It's in your mind.
In
You are
her
doing
mind.
all these things for him. But as far as he's concerned, he's seeing gaps.
And beyond that, I think one other thing to add to Elom's thing is some men don't subscribe to monotonous or monogamy. It's not something they subscribe to.
But there isn't a
But-
isn't that a conversation that should be had
But
before the
but they find that any woman,
yeah.
we mentioned disclosure.
Yeah.
Any woman that they came across and made that disclosure that look, I don't fancy this thing.
Yeah.
They found out they kept leaking, they kept losing women. So he decided, okay, let me shut my trap. You want me, I'll do this.
Nobody also women who
I'll do this married thing.
like
But for that person, for that meal,
Forget
it isn't a problem entering the genital cavities of another woman. He doesn't have any problem. He doesn't see it as a big deal.
The thing is, he doesn't see it as a problem. If it's a cheat, that one there, it's a this thing. But there's a perception that goes on with my mind. I need to some.
You say if you have a farm that you have to travel
Backyard.
there's also a backyard.
And secondly, no two women are the same.
Wow.
Yes. No two women are the same. They don't taste the same. They don't feel the same.
David, you thought otherwise?
You thought that I was
No,
Because you are standing.
You can sleep with two women and you know the difference between lady A and lady B.
Yeah. No, but I've always said that the power of attraction or the bond between myself and a woman sexually comes from how she responds to me and makes
What did you want?
you see. So maybe my performance was absolutely crap, but she makes me feel like a king.
Did you want? What did you want?
If I'm a taster, I'll still go out if I'm enjoying this. Once you're
So you love the
That's
whoosh.
a taster.
When you enjoy the whoosh.
Listen,
What
that is why, even a taster has that particular one, he enjoys music, but he still has that desire to sample others because the desirable one, even though it's sweet and everything, there's this notion that there's definitely something you
How
understand?
do you settle down with thinking?
How do you settle down with thinking like that? See, that falls under the category of a person who has lived that kind of life, whereby you have been with multiple women. If you've been with multiple women, you know very well that two women are not the same. And your heart, not necessarily the woman giving you skills in bed, but usually you find that your heart, as in the woman you love, is there. But by virtue of your need or your desire for other women or other varieties, you will still go out.
Okay, on that score, I'm going to ask you a general question for all three. So a man can run into problems with a certain kind of woman, right? Men say, and we all say, that we want peace. And it's like one of the top things that a man is looking for, especially when he's going to settle. He's looking for someone who gives him peace, right? And yet we tend to, when I say we tend to go for women that eventually spark rather the opposite in us. Why is this?
Have you ever heard the opposite of flowers?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's a bad girl. She's a bad girl. She's not giving you peace. There are some men who live for the drama. Exactly. There are people who live for the drama.
So it's like
A peaceful person
is
is not
when it's
excited.
drawn to the light bulb, it's going to kill you, but you are going. Yeah.
A peaceful person is not an exciting person.
You
Get some kind of excitement from somebody who
Toys with the
toys with
emotion.
the
Who
emotions.
takes you away, man.
But the woman who gives you peace of mind, yes, you know you come home.
Yeah.
And it's
Everything is
so,
smooth.
that
But
one-
somehow we don't. So
Some
we
men
want to
are-
enjoy peace, but we also need the water stayed a little bit.
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
why some will go in for their ones that will
It's at what age you are settling down. I think, we have various needs, two various phases of our lives. I know people who marry when they're 20. Some married 40. So the needs of that 20-year-old will be different from 40. Because the 40, if he's lived through life, has experimented, he's seen all the nightclubbing ladies, gone to the boomerangs, and so at 40 now, on Pobia, outing home. So let's Netflix and chill, we are in bed. Let's but the 20-year-old, would want something different. So I think it's just, you said that why do we get opposites? It isn't always so. Some get whom they want. Some get what they want with no hassle.
especially if
You know,
you've lived
and-
life on the edge
and
growing up,
Yeah.
you get to a certain age. Me, I married at the age of 38.
so,
So I knew that I was not
Madam, it's a calming effect on
It's
you.
not going to start something I've already
Yeah.
I've already done
Yeah.
so many years ago. I'm looking for
So
something.
now you're looking for that peace. who was looking for a Madonna who will not because maybe he's a second year's rapaholic. We need a ticket to go and watch. Maybe it's a rich name. We need to go. Madame will not bother him.
You understand? Because the young one just because programs are not discussing that.
Fantastic conversation. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I've been speaking with Mr. Mike, with Delali, and with my name is Kweku David. This has been Unscripted Men. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching Unscripted TV.